Hello, welcome back to the Spider's Web, and tonight we're going to be doing the War Wizard. There we are. So with any amount of luck I can get a better finish on this than it was originally. So let's get cracking then. So sticking with the theme of green, I'm not going to be doing the cape green because we've had too many people with green capes. I'm going to do his trousers green. I'll do that orb that is holding green. I think his cape for a change can be blue. Why not? So before we start, let us get his skin tones done. And for this fella I'm going to give him pale skin. I'm using Kislev flesh. And it's just as per usual, get some colour on the model. There we go. I hope you can see that. It is a very pale colour anyway. And now the hand holding the orb. There we go. Once that dries, it will be obviously washed, same as normal. So we're looking for a blue cloak, so let us have enchanted blue. Why the hell not? Looks as though it could be something separate, so I'll keep it separate. Here we are. I'll just go with the colour. I'm going to keep trying to do that. I keep trying to take paint off the lid and it's dried up in there. Fool. Get off. Get off. Oh. Too much paint right up to the ferrule. Again. There we are. I know this is not much of a difference from the way he looked originally, but then it was purple, it was a flat purple, there was no highlighting or anything, whereas this will get highlighted. So it will look different when he's finished. As I say, we just had too many characters with green cloaks or coats, so I thought we'd have a change with this man. There we are. And obviously I'm going to dull it down a bit later so it doesn't look quite as harsh. We're also going to be doing the highlighting on it as well. When I said harsh, I meant vivid. I may actually do that bottom bit yellow. Because there's a nice design on it, so I may do that yellow. So I will put some of the Kislev flesh on that. I think that's what I used the other day to do some yellow on something. There we go. I didn't get to Games Workshop today to buy any new paint, so I will try and get over tomorrow. See what happens. There we go. As they say, da. That's your war wizard with his nice blue coat. Okay, I'm not going to use Kislev flesh for the bottom and back of his coat. I'm going to use this Ungor flesh. I think this was the yellowy one that I used for the what was it? Oh, it was the sash on the Dwarven Cleric. So I'll use this as the base coat for the yellow, and then come back like I did a bit later, so with some yellow, which should brighten it up. Oh, there we are. There we are. That's that done. I may actually do his shirt this colour. There we are. Oh, and I'll do those areas as well, but I'm not doing all of these in the yellow. I'm thinking just doing some. No, I won't. I'll do them a different colour. Right, so I think his trousers can be done. Castellan green is making a reappearance. Just take our time and get over his trousers. That sounded so wrong. There we are. And next, he had white hair in the original and just pure white eyes. Well, I'm not going to, as per usual, I'm not going to do his eyes, but I'm thinking I might just do his hair white again. I said not all over, just a dry brushing to highlight the oops, sorry, I've gone off slightly again. There we are. So that's her, his clothes, skin. The only thing I've not done yet is his boots, his spear, and the orb that he's carrying. The orb I'm going to leave till last because I want to do some other stuff with that, so I'll leave that till last, but we'll use the rhinox hide and get his boots done. And I will also use dryad bark for his spear shaft. I'm going off camera again, so I just find a part where I feel comfortable in painting, and it's only afterwards that I realise that it's not on camera. There we go. So I think what I'll do with this now, when I've finished painting the basic stuff, is give it a complete wash over with the Agrex Earthshade. That hopefully will tie it all together. And I wanted the dryad bark for the spear shaft, the incredibly bent and wobbly spear shaft. There we are. Sorry I went quiet then, I was thinking of something. Right, so that's that done. I think what I'm going to do on the spear tip itself is just iron breaker, which, as I said on the previous video, was just bolt gun metal renamed. Well, it's what would have originally been bolt gun metal. These leads are supposed to stay up once you open them, and they don't. This one doesn't. Well, not very easily anyway. Yeah, it's gone again. Okay, so that's the spear tip done. I'm just wondering what to do on these bits. I think a pale brown would do it. I'm going to see if I've got enough snakebite leather left to do this. I may not have, because I don't think I've very much of this at all, but we can but try. I may be lucky. Here we are. So I'm doing this again, and yes, this seems to be going on okay. I need to go over some of the blue anyway, so I'm not worried about that. I just have to be careful not to go over anything else. So that's like a little purse. I don't know what that is, but that can be done as well. I think that's just the collar of his coat, or the lapel of his coat. but just in case it isn't, it can be done in the snakebite leather. And I'm going to just dry brush slightly over his boots. With the snakebite leather, there we go. So we will give that a few minutes to dry, and let's get cracking now. We've got this that I can just dry brush with the yellow. Well, it's not so much dry brush, it's that technique, but it's not a dry brush I'm using. There we go, so that's brought that out again a bit, and and the flesh colour is in the recesses, and making it look like shadow, as it should do. I was going to do a coat of thingy on this, wasn't I? Agrex Earthshade, I forgot about that. So I'll do that. I'll just do his flesh, all his skin tones first, and see how we get on with that. Don't seem to be having much luck with these faces. With this Agrex Earthshade, it doesn't seem to want to fill in any gaps. Brush it down here a touch. I don't know. All right. Okay, there you go. There's his wash with the Agrex Earthshade. Now, I said I wanted to do something with the orb. Well, I do. I'm going to show you exactly what now. Just while the Agrex Earthshade is drying, I might as well. So what I want to do is get a lot of scorpion green on this, and I want it going over all the orb. As you can see, I've picked up some of the Agrex Earthshade. I'm not bothered. I'll just help down with the scorpion green, make it flow a bit easier, because I want it to be nice and wet. And then I'll just very quickly rinse the brush out. Sorry for the camera wobble then. And then we get the yellow that we just used, which is Flash Gitch yellow, and we just get some on the tip of the brush, and I'll move a bit closer then you can see this. You ready? Watch. Oh, it's not going. seems to be, it's not as wet as I thought it was going to be. A bit too slow. I want to try and get it so that the yellow blended in a bit better with the green. A slightly damp brush. I'll try it again. Okay, and what I will do over that when it's all dry is the trick I showed in an earlier video. We're getting some PVA glue and putting it all over the orb, so it gives it that very shiny look. Okay, so that's, I think, all really I can do with this model until the Agrax Earth shade dries. So I will let it dry and I'll be back to you as soon as possible. Hello, I'm back again. The Agrax Earth shade has dried, so it's just now a case of finishing off. So let's get on with it then. I'm going to use a bit more Ungor flesh. I think this is what we used for his face, wasn't it? And just go over I don't know if you can see that okay. I hope so. There we go. And just run it over his hands. Just pick out his fingers. There we go. Next, we'll do the highlights in his jacket, which will be done in ice blue. This is going to be near enough a dry brush again. Dink dink. And it's as per usual, you just go across the coat, across the figure, so it stays on the highest parts and doesn't show the lowest. There we are. Now I did need to go over parts of the coat again with the enchanted blue, so I'm going to do that now because it's parts that aren't going to be seen or highlighted rather. And so going off again. There we are. Okay, that's that done. Now I need some Screaming Skull just to highlight his shirt. Because it's looking a little too much like his skin tone, so if I highlight his shirt like this, a bit on his collar, a bit on the other side of his collar, There we are. And go with the Steel Legion drab. Get a little spot of this. In fact, I'm going to get a big spot of this. And then again some Screaming Skull. And mix it in, make it a touch lighter. Hope you can see the colour there. And we'll just go over these parts here. And we don't want, doing the spear, we don't want to do it a uniform colour. I'll try and make it looks like wood. There we go. I'm not sure whether it's supposed to be metal or not. But never mind, it won't do. I think there is some metal in there, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the iron breaker out again, or Runefang steel. I'll get one. It's most of what I picked up, just as broad as it's long, because it's not going to be a vast amount of painting we're doing now. It's just going to be the centre of there, that square there, a square there, and there. That will do. Okay. And I think we'll call him done, except for the base that needs doing. I'll just give this a once over with the black like I've done with the others. So when I come to paints, when I come to base, put the sand on the base rather, I will go over the edge again with more black to make it look a bit more of a solid colour. So I'm not sure whether to go for the same kind of sand, or whether to get a finer grained sand, or whether to use the texture paint for Games Workshop, the stuff that I used on some of the Descents figures, and I think use them on some Mystics figures as well. But we'll work something out when we get round to it, I suppose. So there we are. That's the War Wizard done. As far as I'm concerned, it looks better than he did. But hey, that's for you to decide on. So until the next video, take care, God bless, bye for now.